Lance Corporal William Kyle Carpenter and Lance Corporal Nicholas Euphrasio were on a rooftop in Helmand Province in Afghanistan in November 2010 when they were attacked by enemy fighters. A live grenade landed on the roof. Without hesitation, Carpenter threw himself between the grenade and his fellow Marine. Carpenter sustained massive injuries, including a skull fracture and a punctured lung. Doctors at a nearby military hospital pronounced him dead on arrival, sure he wouldn't survive. But roughly 40 surgeries and almost 4 years later, Carpenter visited the White House to receive the Medal of Honor, the nation's highest military honor, from President Obama. While Kyle received medical treatment over the course of 2.5 years at Walter Reed National Military Medical Center and the Richmond VA Medical Center's Polytrauma Rehab Center, Kyle's family stayed at a Fisher House.
My main thing would just be, obviously, I needed and wanted the support and love of my parents right there with me.
Because there was a lot of critical questions, early on with his eye and all of his facial reconstruction and his arm, and, it was touch and go on a lot of things early on, so it was critical that you had to be there.
We appreciate every donor, every dollar that was given that gave us the opportunity to have somewhere to stay so we could be there with Kyle while he was recovering.
Imagine a really terrible situation, which is unfortunately a reality for a lot of families, and you have an hour after you get off the phone to pack a bag and go to a place that you've probably never been before and that you probably didn't even know existed in the military healthcare world, and you're going to be there with that one little backpack and no home and nowhere to stay, and you don't know what you're going to do for the next year as they recover. I mean, just imagine what you would want, and that's what the Fisher House provides. When
you're up in that situation in Bethesda, just the support from the other families, just talk about what's going on with your loved one and just the support. Somebody's there to comfort you. You're there with somebody that is in the kind of same situation that you're dealing with, and you don't feel alone. They were just so kind and went out of their way to make us feel comfortable and at home, and that atmosphere was just so different while you are under so much emotional stress, and compared to a hotel, I mean, there's just no comparison. It was just invaluable. I mean, just to be able to be there for him and then have a nice, comfortable, convenient place. I can't even imagine if we would have had to have gone off the base to a hotel and then trying to get in and out of the base just to be there for a surgery at 5 a.m. or be there for a doctor's appointment. It would have been just so much harder. So for the Fisher House, that was just one less worry that we had. For us, when Kyle would be at Bethesda, having a surgery, I mean, it was just so much nicer that we could stay, on campus, and all we had to do was walk to the hospital because he had so many surgeries, and as you know, they want you to be at the hospital at 5 a.m.
When you give that money, it's going to go to house a service member and their family during a very rough time in their life. You can very much see that every dollar is being used to the maximum capacity, and that no dollar is wasted.
They ask who helped us the most, who we support. That's been going on for years, and we always tell everybody that we support the Fisher House.